So apparently Viagra was trending the other day. And this is the reason.
There appear to be growing connections between Viagra and treatment for the coronavirus. A nurse in the UK just woke up from a 28-day coma after she got a big dose of Viagra, probably her first. One healthcare company is providing coronavirus tests along with their ED medication. Who thought Viagra would save us from the pandemic? Dr. Mark Siegel might have predicted it. He's our Fox News medical cheer. The man we go.
Bro, motherfuckers will do anything just to not get the fucking vaccine, okay? I love these COVID cures, okay? They're my favorite because people are subjecting themselves to the dumbest shit. Like, some of this stuff is obviously dangerous, and like false cures are actually really dangerous overall because like it pushes you away from getting the vaccine, which is, you know, free and safe. And that's not good because, you know, hospitals are getting overloaded, yada yada. But when you stop thinking about that for a brief moment and just like focus on some of these psychotic cures, it's pretty funny. There's a guy who's advocating to like shove your own urine up your nose, like neti pot your own nose with your own fucking urine. I mean, that's great, dude. I mean, that's pretty funny. Like, you can't, that's undefeated. You know what I mean? You can't not laugh at that. I mean, I'm pro neti potting with urine. There's another one that's like, you know, people are taking T blockers like finasteride and shit. I mean, they're not like super severe T blockers, so it doesn't really matter. But it's like finasteride, I take it as well. You know what I mean? It's like prostate medication. But yeah, the Frontline COVID-19 Critical Care Alliance is an organization of quack doctors who advocate for ivermectin and various other ineffective treatments. And now some of the things that they're fucking shilling are basically finasteride and spironolactone. All right, let's keep going. Viagra.
Joins us tonight to explain. Doctor?
Tucker, we've been talking about Viagra. We talked about it last week about Alzheimer's, and we're doing further investigations on it now. As you said, Monica Almeida, 37 years old, she was 72 hours away from having her respirator turned off. They gave her a massive dose of Viagra, and she woke up. Now, what might the connection be there? Well, I started looking into that. A study just published out of Chile in a journal called Critical Care found that this patient study did not go on the respirator who got Viagra, and they actually went out of the hospital sooner. Now, why would that be? Viagra is not just used for what you think it's used for. It also treats lung problems. It improves blood flow to the lungs. It improves oxygen in the lungs. It treats pulmonary hypertension. It treats altitude sickness. It makes something called nitric oxide. Now, nitric oxide is something that the COVID virus decreases, and Viagra increases. And not only was there this study out of Chile, Tucker, but there was several studies around the world that if you inhaled that nitric oxide, your lungs did a lot better with COVID. Japan, China, Scandinavia all had studies like this showing a big improvement with nitric oxide, just what Viagra does. So I think this is the beginning of something, and further studies are going on, and I think this is a potential treatment. And then you mentioned along comes a company called Roman. And the New York Times, of all places, wrote this up the other day and said, Roman, which is a company that actually you can prescribe Viagra over a telemedicine, is now giving home COVID tests. Home COVID tests, you can't get them anywhere, but you can get them via telemedicine, via this company, Roman. And guess what you can get with the home test? You can get Viagra. So I have only one question, and I'm going to call Roman to find out. Tucker, which do you take first, the Viagra, or do you do the home test? I don't know. Tucker?
I think I know. Well, as you said, if you take it, I'm quoting, a massive dose of Viagra, you wake up. So I think it's pretty obvious.
What is going on, bro? First of all, I mean, this is catering to your target audience so well. Remember how yesterday we were talking about people who say stuff like, oh, being introverted is a superpower. Like, even if you're, even if you have a lot of social anxiety, that's actually a good thing. Like, Bill Gates had social anxiety because they recognize that, like, that's the audience that they're talking to, right? It's the Sigma male shit, you know? This is that version for the fucking geriatrics, okay? They're already bricked up. There's a reason why Viagra ads run nonstop on fucking Fox News alongside Michael Pillow's pillows, you know? Because they're saying to their target market of 65 plus year olds that already take Viagra that it's actually good. It'll cure your COVID. Nice. Also good for a sick pump in the gym. I've heard this before as well. Yes. Yeah. Just don't get tested. Don't get the vaccine. God forbid. Okay. But Viagra, excellent.